Your brain needs support, and new Ollie Brainy Chews are a delightful way to take care of your cognitive health. Made with scientifically backed ingredients like Thai ginger, L-theanine, and caffeine, Brainy Chews support healthy brain function and help you find your focus, stay chill, or get energized. Be kind to your mind and get these nootropic chews at ollie.com. That's OLLY.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Previously on Savaged.
So what? I wrote this in my book. Everything you can find that we're discussing on the show, guys, can be found in the book, which I'm going to plug in a little bit before we close it out. Sos, I want to get your final thoughts on this whole ordeal, buddy, before we close it out. What do you think is going to happen with these hearings that you went to? Are people waking up?
Well, here's the thing. So I want to tell you the good news. Here's the whole thing. Here's another thing that I don't think is fair. So she's like, well, we're not going to point anybody out. We're not going to state anybody out. And if you follow my social media handle, somebody recorded it and I didn't catch it, but she called me out in the middle of the meeting. Did you catch that? Where she's like, you, Wisconsin and West. Yeah. She's like, and then the cameras were cut and then they went back to the regular school board meeting. I mean, you're not supposed to do that. Who are you to do that? I mean, I wasn't doing anything. All I was doing was I was holding the American flag, okay? Because somebody said something, one of the conservatives said something, and the sad part is that it's it's Wisconsin. I wish I really lived in Florida, because at least I wouldn't get called out, and there'd be more Republicans than Democrats, but it shows you the two Americas that Michael and I keep on referring to.
You know what it is, Sos? It has a lot to do with, we're going to have a future episode about this, guys. I'm going to give it a little spoiler, right? Spoiler alert. It's going to be entitlement and triggered, because that's what you see today. Entitlement little bitches, and everyone is triggered about everything. Listen, folks, I get triggered. Obviously, you're seeing it on the show if you're viewing us on Rumble. So thank you very much. Hit that like and follow button on Rumble, because we're doing tremendously on Rumble. And I really, really, really appreciate Sos coming back into the woodwork here on Savage Unfiltered. Sos, my listeners, man, they missed you, buddy. They really did.
I've been busy. I mean, I have been busy fighting for the good. I've been busy fighting like heck. And the fact is that I just got a message stating that I need to go tomorrow I need to go and testify in front of Rules of Education Committee in Madison again, because of a major concern, and it was brought to you by a school board. And guess what the concern was? According to them, they stated that I was inciting terrorism, and that's what they're charging: inciting terrorism.
What?
for bringing the American flag. That's what they're stating. That's what I have to testify in front of.
Sos, that's the most ridiculous, stupidest crap I've ever heard in my life.
No, that's what it literally stated, and that
I know, but it's stupid crap. You're not inciting terrorism. Oh, so you're inciting? No, Sos. The only thing that you are inciting is patriotism. So that's against the law here in America for inciting patriotism.
According to Wisconsin statutes, it is.
Who knew? Right?
See, what is your thought? So, that's, and you know the whole. Guess what? And Michael, guess what the whole irony of it is? Here's a whole big irony. The irony is, I fled communism Russia. I joined the military. I fought for this country. I got sick. Well, hello, and welcome to Sos's Quick Report, a segment on Savage Unfiltered. Well, it has been a very, very interesting day indeed. Yesterday there was a major committee that happened, and the committee was in regards of, the transgender thing is officially passed in the state of Wisconsin. So yes, that means the transgender people are officially protected and that they have full rights. And not only that, but it was called File or HF 146, which protects transgender rights, and where we as taxpayers have to pay for their surgery. That is a major issue, and that is why I'm battling against it tomorrow, or I've been battling it against it. And not only that, but here's my question for you as listeners. If you guys are truly conservative, if you guys are truly Republican, then why does a big GOP, why does Ron DeSantis, and why does Nikki Haley, and why does Mike Pence state that, well, we'll get them next time? We will get them next time. There's not going to be a next time. Okay, we have to fight for America now. We have to fight for our kids. And no, it's not, well, like a Republican meeting today. Well, at the voting blocks or at the voting booth, you have to vote their way or vote them out. There's no such thing as voting them out. You have to show up in numbers, of course, and you have to make your voices heard. That is how we counteract the satanic, demonic, evil people. It's a spiritual warfare. Enough. So it just blows my mind. And I think that we have to, as America and as an immigrant, our fight is only beginning. And when we fight together, when we group up in numbers, we will make an impact and we will fight for your kids. Wish I was running for office, but I guess I'm not qualified. Back to you, Michael Gardner from
Savaged.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
There we go again. More technical problems. We live in the 21st century.
No! Savaged. Unfiltered.
under. The only reason I know this is because I lived under tyranny. I lived.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking
Your host, Michael Gardner.
Proper fashion at the proper time.
Like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, we made it. Wow. Hey guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to Savaged Unfiltered. I want to say thank you to Sauce for opening us up with that announcement. As Sauce has been dealing with political hell, political turmoil, and just nonsense all around the board. We got into with Monday's show with this woke educator that challenged Sauce on many, many issues. As we put a little bit there, a little clip into Monday's show, guys, with Sauce. Now being labeled, get this, as a terrorist.
Oh no!
Because he's inciting patriotism. Patriotism. Who knew? I guess this isn't the land of the free, the land of the brave, and liberties and freedoms anymore. This is now a banana republic and a fucking hellhole. I warned you guys. We put the warning label in. So if this show offends you, by all means, hit the upper X in the upper right or left-hand corner, whatever device you're listening to, and go over and listen to fucking Fascist, CNN, MSNBC. Because guess what, guys? You're not breaking my heart. Right? So fuck yous. Anyway, guys, this is a full panel here. We got Joseph coming into the show, and then we also have Sauce. Welcome, Sauce. How's it going?
Okay, I want to get Joseph's mindset on this. What do you think, Joseph, of this new title?
Yeah, well, my first reaction is, welcome to the real fight, Sauce. I've been here in deep blue Wayne County fighting not only fascocrats but CINOs and rhinos since 1978. So yeah, unfortunately there are so many in the Republican Party that are indeed CINOs and rhinos that we have to fight as hard. It's not okay for the GOP to just be the slightly lesser fascist, socialist, communist party like the left-wing Democrat Party is. And, you've got some idiots who think, the Overton window, if you know what that is. They've been moving the Republican Party further and further left, the further and further weird and radical left that the Democrats get, and they think that's a winning message. If I want to vote for fascism, I'd be voting for Democrats.
Yeah, I agree what you're saying, Joseph. And guys, we have some really good topics today. We're going to call this show Entitlement and Triggered.
Yes.
And this somewhat piggybacks off of yesterday's show. Sauce and I got into the entitlements. Grown-ass women as educators literally acting like buffoons.
I can say what my progressive value
you
is.
had somewhat of hell in that hearing, buddy. Do you want to pretty much go into what we seen here? I seen some pictures that you circulated through social here on Messenger, and I seen some of the posting that you put on your own social media platform with the American flag. You posted, and what, they cut the camera?
Yeah, they cut the camera, and now, there's some circulations papers stating that I was desecrating the American flag and that I shouldn't be allowed in the meetings anymore. And because the American flag, I put it on the ground and I stepped on the American flag, and I was doing unlawful protesting. And that's according to a gal that is scrutinized the school board for not being progressive enough. And now that, but in April, they're working on a bill where it literally takes the parental consent away from the parents, and where the school board now becomes a parent. And that is going to be on this next school board meeting. And it was interesting because I want to touch base on this, because somehow I wrote to a paper, okay, and the paper distorted to what I was saying, okay. I want to clear this up because somehow I never stated this. Okay, here's what it states. As an immigrant, this sends a really offensive message. While people flee communism and come to Bemidji, they expect to see people proud of America. Well, but they forgot the first half. They forgot the first half, and they missed out. And see, this is what you kind of have to. This is what I go through on a daily basis. I don't know. What do you think, Joseph? I need your input on this, because
well, this goes back to when parents were first showing up to school boards, and the Biden administration, in cooperation with the teachers unions, the left-wing far-loon teachers unions, wanted parents who want to actually have say in their child's education defined as domestic terrorists. They're trying to do the same thing with you, because they can't have us talking truth in the school board meetings. Like just the other day, the U.S. House Conservative Caucus, we got passed the Parents' Bill of Rights. And of course, that's about making parents in control of their own children's education. And of course, the left is freaking out. They're saying, it's fascism. We want a one-size-fits-all education, which is, of course, them psychological projecting again. We want to return control to the parents, what the Democrats did ever since Jimmy Carter, 1970s, creation of the Department of Education to create left-wing loon, one-size-fits-all, top-down, Nazi-style propaganda, Hitler Youth in the classroomism.
Yeah. Joseph, this has a lot to do with this graphic that we put up. Thank you very much, Shaky. Right on time, by the way. You can't criticize the looters, Joseph, unless you've walked a mile in their stolen shoes. Triggered Americans in 2023. I mean, literally.
Yeah. It's Orwellian. Again, I mean, over and over and over, we talk about this. It's all Orwellian. It's up is down, left is right, good is bad. They twist the language. They have to twist the language because they cannot win an argument based on actual civilized English terms we all know and understand. So they have to wokeify them and twist them to mean they're something that they're not.
Yeah. But isn't it scary though, on this other hand, where the Republican Party, like you see the modern GOP starting to cater in and starting to cave in and say, whoa, we don't want too much patriotism. We got to meet in the middle ground. For instance, I was at a caucus today, and somebody's like, you know what? If we can't beat them, then we have to join them. So we have to join them through mail-in ballots. And we have to join them with pushing the radical. And for the first time, Republicans in Wisconsin are supporting reparation bills to give reparations to people of color. See, that's the thing that I don't understand. Why would you join them? That doesn't make sense. That's like joining Satan, no offense, and joining them and doing what they have. So what are we fighting for then? What is the Republican fighting for then if you're joining them? You might as well just take the Republican out and put a Democratic Party 2.0 and change the Democratic Party to Russia and Ukraine 2.0 if you're going to do that.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. We must continue to fight the mail-in ballot fraud system that we know they used. But having said that, in states like Michigan, and I think they're doing it in Pennsylvania, where they have already legalized it. If it's legal, we have to fight on that battleground too. We can't just surrender mail-in ballot harvesting to them. We must fight them on that ground. But yes, we must uphold legal election law and vote for chain of custody laws are all lost with that. Voter ID laws erased with that. We must fight against that. But in states, blue state legislatures where they've passed it, that doesn't mean we can just give up and say and pretend to hold the moral ground the whole time, and we will lose forever. So we have to make use of what is available to us and not cede that ground. But yes, I'm with you. Fight it, fight it, fight it. But where it's legal, you can't just not make use of it and let the other side have it all.
Yeah, absolutely. First, before we close it out, did you guys see, we're talking about triggered Americans. Let's talk about triggered politicians. Did anybody see the clip with AOC? Literally having a fucking temper tantrum on the fucking House floor. Did you see that, guys?
Again, another one. Yeah. Another delusional rant. These people live a delusion. Hey, hello, Clueless Nation. We know you're out there.
yeah. But speaking about Clueless Nation, he was having a little political rant himself last week, and he was like, I don't get you guys. Why do you support him? Oh, because he got shit done.
Yeah.
Tommy, he got shit done, Tommy. And Jamar, he got shit done. And you, as a fascist independent media group, cannot contrast that type of reality. You're stuck in a delusional, like a Twilight Zone from the 1950s sitcom. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it's like the latest, right? All these supposed new jobs. No, they're people returning from the Wuhan hysteria, finally back to jobs. All right, I'm cutting the deficit. Oh, give me a break. We've seen the same bullshit during Obama. You tripled and quadrupled the goddamn budget and deficit, and then now that you're scaling it back just a skosh, $3 trillion over 10 years after you ballooned it another 10 trillion already. You're claiming to be a deficit hawk.
Joseph, this entitlement and triggerness, there is things behind this. We're seeing a personality disorder through the NPD and ASPD, if you guys are understanding what I'm referring to. We're seeing the spoiled child, right? I like using quotations from like Dr. Evil, Austin Powers. Spoiled child. An attempt to where's my words at? For the wrongs. There we go. My words. I'm having a Joseph M Lenard moment of a twist. That's what we're seeing. The spoiled child today, not getting what they want. Clearly, this Karen to the left of me, to the right of you, depending on how you view this graphic. Obviously, guys, this is in the video format here through Rumble. So obviously, you're not going to see these wonderful graphics on the audio platforms such as iHeart and Spotify. That's why, guys, we're doing this on purpose to try to bring over some of the audience from our audio over to Rumble because, I mean, you get the whole friggin' ordeal, literally.
Yeah.
But
First, what you were saying about pulling a me. For those of you who haven't yet, go on Rumble, look at the last couple behind the scenes, and you'll see what Michael's saying, because in one of them I was stalling for time and it literally looked like I was having a stroke because words weren't coming. I'm umming and humming and hawing and you know me, you see me now. I'm usually never at a loss for words. And the other thing is the spoiled children. Where was it? Was it California or was it a Midwest state? Teachers went on strike for 3 days. They're out dancing in the street while kids are home. You know, these teachers never grew up. They have a lower grade sense of mentality and maturity than the children they're supposed to be fucking teaching.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you, Joseph. Hold that thought, guys, because I want to get into this this next segment here on this episode before we close it out, guys. But before we get there, I got to get a quick break.
Thank you for taking care of Lorenzo.
For a noticeably smooth shave, Dollar Shave Club, in stores now.
Howdy, guys. Welcome back to the show. Welcome to Savage. As we wrap up this episode here, I want to touch on this quick little segment here, about a minute, 2 minutes the most, and then we're going to wrap it up, guys, because we're running low on time. Guys, I have to touch quick subject here, this quick little topic that's relating to the entitlement and triggered here, because we're seeing a lot, guys. We're seeing a lot, okay? What do you think? Why do people always feel like they are entitled to everything? Again, a piggyback of what Sas and I were talking about with the free fucking cell phones and tablets and health insurance that we see that are scattered out through all of these liberal democratic cities. Now, I don't know if Joseph has that, what's going on up there in Detroit, but Sas says he sees it all over downtown Madison. I want to get Joseph's insight on this before we go to Sas, and then we're going to wrap it up. Joseph, buddy.
Yeah,
why do you feel that people are always entitled to everything?
Yeah, we've got it here in Detroit, too. And, like it was said, the republic will last until the people discover they can vote themselves largesse from the Treasury. And that's what we've seen for the last 75 years. Even beyond that, since the Great Society nonsense, that people decided this is a mobocracy now. And I can vote to steal money from my neighbors.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joseph. I really do. Sas, do you have any insights on this, buddy?
Well, so since we're talking about this budgeting and entitlement, so I want to get this number. So according to the U.S. National Debt Clock, okay, the United States has $31.3 trillion in debt, and by time the way that is, but the U.S. total debt is not 31 trillion. With all the spending that's gone to Ukraine, with everything that's going to be. We are at $94.7 trillion. That is and I sent that to you, Michael. And
I seen that. Yeah, just pop up now. That Sas, I have to fact check you, conservatively fact check you. Is this accurate? That's a lot of fucking money, man.
Well, it is right here. This is like the U.S. debt clock, and it actually is like tracking live right now. And it shows a real tracking time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could see somewhat of it. Well, it looks very blurry on your end.
Well, okay. Here, because it's kind of far. Is this better?
Hold on. Okay. Now, yeah, we could see it a little bit. Yeah. Guys, I want to apologize if you can't see it. But, yeah, okay. Hopefully you could see the cell phone that Sas is showing there with the statistics. These are accurate. Very accurate information, yes.
So you're telling me that we're going to keep throwing money out. We're going to keep throwing money out, and $94.7 trillion is okay. What kind of a banana republic do we live in? That's what we don't. We shouldn't be providing free cell phones to everybody. We should be providing free healthcare for everybody. We shouldn't be providing anything. We should be cutting back, and we should find a way to cut back on spending, like Social Security.
Oh no!
Not increase it, Joe Biden.
I
agree with Donald Trump.
I agree what you're saying, but Joseph wants to throw a Cloward and Piven before we close here.
Oh boy, what's
it? Sauce is right, Mike is right, of course, here. The issue here is, hello, Clueless Nation. You are useful idiots for the Alinsky, Cloward, and Pivenism going on today, and supporting the fascists. You either are willfully ignorant and not know it, or you're complicit. And if you don't know Cloward and Piven, look at the fuck up.
Yeah, I agree with you. Joseph, you got any more thoughts here as we close up this triggered and entitlement episode here?
Well, yeah, just one last thing. Social Security is an actual entitlement. We pay into it. So is Medicare to some degree, because you are taxed in your FICA to get it. You then are entitled to it. You are not entitled to welfare, because there isn't a welfare tax that you pay into. You aren't entitled to all this other shit that they keep telling you get by bastardizing promote the general welfare clause, which meant to promote free markets, promote individual responsibility. You are talking personal and individual welfareism checks. That is unconstitutional.
Amen to that. And guys, as we close it up here, I want to welcome some of the listeners and viewers here. If you're viewing us on Rumble, guys, hit that QR code in the right-hand corner of the screen, guys. Joseph's book, amazing content as he's speaking here on the show. Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you, by Joseph M Lenard, the author here on the show. Hit that QR code both on your Android and iPhone device, guys, and you're going to get the awesome content in his book.
Yeah, and
tremendous,
it's not
guys.
just about terrorism. It's about what we talked here today. Foreign terrorists and domestic real enemies of America, the fascists who are destroying us from within, more dangerous than Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I agree. And guys, thank you very much for tuning into this episode. And like I say, keep it savaged, and we'll see you on the next one.